Should be good here. Hopefully. We'll see if this goes well or not. Audio sounds fine. Things seems fine for now. We'll see. But well, apologize for starting later than usual. I was gonna start around like 3, then I pushed it to 4:30, then I pushed it to 5, but ended up almost starting at 6 because I was just okay. This could be annoying. I was just looking around at stuff. Let me just run the ad right away. But yeah, I was just kind of fucking around and lost track of time. But yeah, I making the unfortunate, and it's not really that hard of a decision, but I watched the stream over. I already knew that there was lag, so there was gonna be some stuff, but it was so bad that like a good half of the stream, and it was an 8-hour stream, like half of the footage was just like frozen, or the audio was way, like the video was delayed, so I'd be somewhere, like I'd be streaming for an hour, and then like the audio is like way ahead, and the video's like a good 15 minutes behind, and it's like, and then there were certain points where the audio sped up, like it lagged, and then just like to catch up, it would just speed up, and you just couldn't hear anything I was saying at all. And there were certain points where the audio was just like crackling, and you couldn't hear shit. And like literally one of the best boss fights, which I really didn't like the boss fight at the time because it was kicking my ass, but it just, I have like barely any footage of that. I have no footage of the fucking gauntlet that was happening beforehand, and I have like the second phase with a bit of lag, so there's just no point. So thankfully this game has auto saves when you do important stuff. So you can see I got 99%. I have 66 hours, and I was even doing stuff at the Festival of the Flea, and I beat one of the fucking scores, and none of that was showed up. Like, you could see me doing the thing, but like it's so laggy that you don't know what the fuck is going on. And like none of my audio, like after a certain point, the stream got frozen and none of the audio came through. So there's like just a good 45 minutes of me doing stuff, and you just can't see or hear what's going on because it's frozen. It's frozen on a specific frame that I've been past like a good hour ago. So it pisses me off. It's like look at all this stuff I did. I got the white flower from the dream. I defeated the Clover Dancers and did all of Verdania. I defeated Carmelita. Even this is just the story stuff. It seems to only autosave at like important events. Like if you look at this, if you go all the way, start Act 1, and then the first thing that it says after that is Act 2, which for me was almost 18 hours in. Of course it does this shit immediately. Having been streaming for like 5 minutes yet. It's already screwing me over. And then you can see got cross stitch, which is the parry. I got like 5 other abilities, so it doesn't count any of the mainline abilities. It doesn't count dash as a thing you get autosave for. It doesn't count silk spear. It doesn't count getting a bellway or a bench. It doesn't count what other wall climb or any of the minor bosses. It doesn't count it doesn't count what else would it not count technically? I mean, yeah, no, Threadstorm or getting a mask shard or getting a nail upgrade. Like none of that. None of that is counted. It's just that also stopped, which is just annoying. So yeah, it starts from Act 1, then it goes all the way to Act 2. So like, let's say I had any sort of lag or crazy shit going on in between Act 1 and Act 2. I had to start all the way from the fucking beginning to be able to capture that again. Or just deal with it. Which just kind of sucks. I like that they at least have it for the important stuff, but like, I'd say the dash and the wall climb and any of the other abilities are like, I mean, they're necessary to even beat the game, so I feel like it would be fair to have autosaves for that, but that's just me. They have it for almost everything else. So like, they don't count it for any other crest, but for the Architect crest, they did for some reason. I don't know. Because I had already gotten Wanderers, Reaper, and Beast at that point. Architect was one of the final ones. It was like the final 3 that I got, because Shaman is only available in Act 3, which is like way later. And you have to get basically through most of the Citadel, and it's a secret room in the freaking in Bilewater connecting to the Citadel, and then you have to do the quest, and then you have to do the other quest to get rid of the curse, and then you finally get the Witch Crest. And then Rune Rage, which is like an optional fucking thing. So I don't even know. Like, you have to defeat First Sinner to even get that. You don't need to do that to beat the game at all. I mean, shit, you don't even need to get to the slab to beat the game. Slab is a fucking optional ass place. Vault Melody, Cog Melody, and Conductor Melody. Surprised it's not called Architect Melody, because Vault Keeper's the architects and the conductors. I guess Cog was just smaller, so they didn't want to put Arc. It doesn't matter, it's just interesting. The Crater Lift to go to like the second final boss, which makes sense. Cursed, which also makes sense because it's a major thing. Then getting the Witch's Crest, which it only took me an hour. I mean, it was from there. I was in a place. I had to get through all of that. It was like a small little area. I'll probably just show it on the map. And then after that, it was going all the way to the final boss because I wanted to get the ending, which took me about an hour. I mean, yeah, the hour is basically just the time it took me to beat the boss, because getting out of that small area and then getting to Sinner's Road, first Greymoor, then Sinner's Road to get the stuff for the quest, and then back to Greymoor to get rid of the curse was like maybe 20 minutes, barely, if that. Witch Crest, Act 3, Beast Melody, Silksong, Shaman Crest. So yeah, Witch Crest, Shaman Crest, and Architect are seemingly the only 3 that they do saves for, which is interesting. Pale Nails, which again isn't necessary either. Like, you have to go all the way back through and then bind the arm of the final boss. Silksong, which again isn't necessary. And Khan, Nihilith, and Carmelita. 6 hours to beat all 3 of the bosses. It's not that bad. But yeah. So you can see I after Nihilith I got, it only shows 3 saves because that's where it's saved, but I mean, I got the last mask. I did a couple of quests. I did a couple of optional bosses. I did like 7 different bosses, most of which were optional. I feel like Carmelita was the only one who was actually necessary for me to continue Act 3. And then going through the white flower, going to get the white flower from the dream, from the memory, I should say. So yeah, I'm gonna start from when I beat Nihilith and just continue from there, so people can actually see the shit I did. It's gonna be a little bit annoying because it's like almost 7 hours of content, but hopefully I won't die as much to the bosses, if at all, seeing as I know their movesets now. And yeah, it's really just getting the last mask, getting the last spool fragment, a couple of stuff that I did. It sucks, it really sucks, but figure I might as well. Holy shit, that almost was bad. Can you... Yes. Oh man, this is gonna suck. Yes. Okay, here we go. So I beat Nihilith. After that, right, it's getting the heart. Yeah. After that, what did I do? I didn't even do all of that. That's so annoying. I forgot about that. Whatever, man. Okay. Wait a minute. It was basically just... Yeah. Shit, I didn't even get this. Do I get it from... Okay, yeah, no, I get it from doing the quest. I was about to say. There's only one more, but... Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit annoying. Whatever. That's not that bad, but... Cause I already know the last spool fragment is. I already know where 3 of the mask fragments are. I don't remember where the last one is. I know one is in the... Let me just go to the map. I know one's over... The last spool fragment's right here that I should just get as soon as possible so I don't have to do this again. And then the other mask shard is here, which I just never went up there for some reason. I'm gonna be paranoid about the damn stream now. After that, oh come on, keeps fucking doing that. Okay. After that, we have... I don't know, there's 2 quests to get additional mass shards, but then there's another one somewhere else. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was. I should just take this off, because if there was anything over there, I can't even get there, because it got blocked off because of Act 3. See, I remember this one being here, but I completely forgot about the last one. I know I got essentially every single other one that there is to get. Come on, man. Okay, let me just start here. A bunch of freaking... I haven't gotten... Right, I haven't gotten there, so I need to... I need to go and kill those damn dudes again. I'm gonna have to do that off stream. There's like 10 of them in total I need to kill. I've at least killed pretty much all of these dudes. Right, I still need to get those 4. These are from the Carmelita boss fight. That's from the Crawfather fight. Alright, I need to go back to Bottle and kill those enemies again. I forgot how much I did in between. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't... It's obviously not going to save, like, everything you did, but I hope that it, like something like getting a mask shard, or not a mask shard, but like a full mask would be counted to whatever. And I didn't get that one. It's in Farfield, so it's not that bad, but it's a little bit irritating. My Watcher at the edge. I need to defeat him. Okay. At least got most of the more annoying ones, right? I have to find It's not that bad. I could definitely do this on stream. Like the bench is right there. It's not horrible at all. Um, and then this was just all over Danya basically. I don't need to waste my time killing all of them. I could just kill at least one, and then it finishes off the journal entry. Once you've done that, which is nice at least. So it's like if you've at least killed one of them, since you disappear from the area and can never come back, they finish it for you, and that's in the dream. And that's about it. So where am I right now? Right. Okay. I'm already seeing lag. Let me just go to the last bench. Not last bench, but the Grand Bellway, and then I can go get the spool right away. And the mass shard, so I don't have to waste my time with that. Later on, I can kind of just go around and find the last couple of void masses I need. They're pretty plentiful, so I shouldn't have too much of an issue getting them, since I only need 4 more. There's like 27, so shouldn't really be too bad. After that, I think I'll just go straight to Carmelita. Which unfortunately I have to do Hunter's March again. So go to the Marrow, and then go through Hunter's March. I said Munter's March. I don't know why I mixed that up. Yeah, should basically be about it. After that, alright, I did want to do since I finished it after I beat Nihilith, I had to do the freaking quest again for. So yeah, if I get those upgrades, I might as well just go to the slab, defeat the puny penitents for the journal, and then just do the quest. Just take out the enemies in my path and get to Bellheart to do the quest. Probably makes the most sense since I'll already be there. But yeah, let me let's just get this started. This is gonna be a lot. I don't know that I'd be able to. I mean, 7 hours of progress, considering I know most of the way already. It shouldn't be that bad, but at the same time, there is also Lost Garment and. Come on, it keeps doing this. Watcher at the edge, which are like right next to each other basically. So I might as well just do that super quick. Well, for now I'll go to Songclave. I'll go to Songclave and get the last Smash Shard in this area. I have to see if I can't remember what the heck to get that other Mass Shard, because I know it's somewhere I've been before, but I just can't remember right now. So looking at all the stuff I have, I'll have to. Surely I did the Mr. Mushroom stuff before this, right? Yeah, no, that was way before this. Because that was the beginning of Act 3. When I went back to get the pale nails and everything. Yeah, I know. So it's just... Surely I did this, right? Yeah, okay, cool. And this shit cuts out almost every couple of fucking seconds. There's almost no damn point in having it. Really wish Twitch would give you an option to like have the timer be visible somewhere on the stream itself, like in chat or something. It's like such a important quality of life upgrade. And people have made bots that tell you shit, but like, first of all, it's not Twitch, and second of all, it's not. I haven't found one that actually has a countdown. Even if it's not just like an actual straight up countdown like Twitch does integrated into the stream for the streamer to see. Something like, you know, ad starting in 30 seconds or something to give some amount of, you know. Seribot has stream starting soon, which is like right when the ad's starting, so it's not really that useful. Like, it's like 5 seconds before. I appreciate it, but it's not that fucking great. So don't exactly enjoy having to say stream the ad's gonna start every single fucking time like I did before. It's not fun. It's around here. Can I even go this way? Oh, here we go. Fuck off. Is it up there? Goodbye. Yeah. Like, for some reason I just never came up this way. I got the freaking upgrade, the shortcut I should say, and just never came up here to get the the mass shard. So doesn't make much sense to me, but it's just how I did it for some reason. So yeah, at least I got one void mass there. It's definitely a couple in far fields. Let me change my damn... I don't know why I have the freaking hunters crests right now. I don't hate it or anything, but I just don't particularly need it. Let me probably do that. Perfect. Okay. So get the... Okay, man. I don't really need this right now. Get the spool. One of these days I'm actually gonna get a fucking computer that can handle streaming, because I can never seem to catch a fucking break, man. I just can't. Okay. I'm just going to the right. Yeah, it's always cool to see him around. Is he just fighting in here now? No. Fuck, he's gonna be like right on top of me. Okay. There's totally like a secret area or something here. Cause I don't know why. Why this shit is. Why the enemies are still void even though. Even though I already destroyed the freaking void mass near there. Right. Oh, whatever. Okay. So after that. Can I ever do it on here? No. Should have expected that. It is cool that playing the needle near enemies makes them react to you. And it makes sense, but still, it's pretty cool. Let me just go to Bellheart. Let's see if. I mean, the quest should be offered already at this point. Pretty sure it was, and I just ignored it. I wasn't interested in having to do that at the time. But I just want to make sure. I don't have anything to buy here, right? Right, I never did get that. Oh, whatever. Might as well get it again. I don't remember if I got the bath first or this. Yeah. Let me see. 9. I have more than enough. I have more than enough money to. I don't think there's even anything to buy anymore at this point. So really, shard bundles is the only thing to even purchase. Might as well just get all of them that I can. I did get everything. Right? Yeah. Okay. Ethereum, it's just. Alright, the liquid core. And then it's the 4. It's the 3 hearts. And. That. Fuck. Right. Not the end of the world, but I didn't get the. Damn it, I'm not to do that then. So I didn't get the last couple of. I didn't get the last couple of relics because I did that off stream. I did that before after I defeated Nihilith. It's not that big of a deal, but it's still just a little bit annoying. I'll have to look that up real quick. So the last Coral Commandment and the last 2 rune. I do know that there's one in the Weave Nest in Farfields. Do remember that. Let me just see if they offer it right now. Okay, yeah, they do. Cool.
That's fine.
So that should be about it for that. I will go over to the slab. Pretty sure it's this room right here. It's either this room or it's this room. Pretty sure it's this one, because that bench is right there, and I'm pretty sure I remember it's just one enemy, but I only need 4 more, so it's like not that big of a deal. And then once I do that, I could just go down the path and do the stuff for everything else. Should honestly probably just do Garmin boss fight and the Watcher boss fight right now, just to get those out the way. And go to the blasted steps. Those fights are even available right now, 'cause I'm pretty sure you needed like a quest to come. Yeah, no. I don't even know what happens to cause this boss fight to happen, but causes it to trigger, because it was a quest. It wasn't just like a random encounter. I could just do this boss fight right now. Nope, it's not. Yeah, it is this one. Okay. But I have to go back to fucking bile water, man. Okay. Okay, man. Fuck off. You fucking kidding me? Let's see if I can do this fight first try with no fucking lag. Hopefully. Alright. Nice. Shit. I always underestimate his range. Damn. Snoring getting 3 times damage there. He's always very cool. Okay, man. Come on. At least it was out of a freaking stagger, but it still cuts the fucking flow of the fight. Okay. Fucking asshole. Fuck off. Thought I had more than enough. Fuck off. That was on me. Should have known I had no chance of getting a hit there. Goodbye. Ugh. Really more of a mini boss, honestly. He has like essentially the same fucking moveset as his regular dudes, but like with like one different move. Like it's cool, but like not at all necessary. I mean, it's an optional boss at the end, so it's like I'm not like super upset or anything. It's just, yeah, they could have changed it up or something. I don't know. What else? I have Deep Docks the Marrow. Go to Farmfields. Really trying to remember what this last mass shard is. It's kind of harder. It might be in I don't even know, honestly. I don't even really know. Is it a reward for the... It might be a reward for the quest to fight Garland. Let me search this up, actually, because I want to know. I don't really remember. Because if it is, then I just don't have to worry. Like, I'll get that eventually, but if I actually need to go somewhere and find something... I know 2 of them are 100% from quest. Let me see. Right, no, that just gives you memento. So then where do you get... the last freaking shard from... Because one is from the Sprint Master. Damn it. Didn't freaking been on 12 for like 11 minutes at this point. Whatever. One's from defeating the Sprint Master with the 3 races. Another is from finishing Gilly's quest to defeat that one dude. That one boss. Barely could call him a boss. He has like 2 moves. One boss and getting her freaking property back. And then another is... Well, what the third one is going to be from this quest that I need to finish. I just need one more. Right. Bile water. Okay. See, I guess I could just do that real quick. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, this damn ad is starting. So whatever. So yeah, while the ad is going, I'll just continue on to bile water to get that last one. Might as well get it out the way. Can also deal with those enemies that are there really quickly. So yeah, we're basically just trying to get all the way to here. This is where the master art is, and this is where those annoying enemies are. So by the time the ad ends, I'll probably be there. So let's just go. Probably switch. Crest real quick. Just so I can have a better... I don't know how effective the charge attack will be for dealing with these enemies. They essentially get killed in one hit with the charge. I mean, that's the way I... The first time I did it off stream. This could be annoying. The thing I do like about Act 3 is that there's so many areas where you don't have to deal with a lot of enemies anymore. Like in the farming spot in the Citadel, that long hallway. They killed like a good 2 or 3 of the Grand Reeds there, which makes it a less ideal farming spot, but like if you've got the Act 3 already, you probably have like 95% of the fucking items you could buy anyways. So it's not that big of a deal. Let me just heal. Okay. Okay, I just completely forgot. what the damn button was. Okay, it's lagging like crazy now. A little bit. Think it's fine. Can this stop now? Are we good? Man, it's getting bad now. This is just annoying. Well, it is what it is. Not much I can do about it. Think it's getting better now. Kind of, not really. So I can tell based on the camera if it's laggy as shit or just straight up frozen. Then I'm kind of screwed, but okay, it's getting worse. Think it's better now. Okay, of course that fucking hit me, man. You good now? Think we're good now. Okay, of course it does that immediately. Then we're just going all the way to the right. These fucking assholes, man. Get on my way. Okay, here we go. Fuck off. This is basically the only place where it felt. Okay. To farm these guys, and thankfully I only needed 12 and they spawn like really fast. And the charge attack kills them in one hit. So I'll just be here for a while. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking scared me.
I told you I was coming.
Yeah, but you never said anything, so.
I did. I texted you.
I'm not looking at my text right now. It's fucking 6.
Before you started streaming.
I still wasn't looking. Jesus
And then
Christ.
I called you.
I didn't get a fucking call.
That's crazy. Well, there's your food. I'll just be here crying.
I'll fucking. My sister's here, so I'll take a fucking break. Probably like 10 minutes. She's being dramatic. She's probably gonna watch this back and be pissed at me. But. Okay. Apologize for taking so long. But my sister came over. And she had told me, but I just didn't hear from her for a bit, so figured she wasn't coming or She's gonna come a little bit later, but we talked for a good bit, so you can tell. It was like 2 hours or something, basically. So that was like 45 minutes in. A little under 2 hours. But I don't even know if anyone's even here in the stream specifically, but can't see any people. I suppose he says 2 people here. It can be kind of deceitful at times, saying that someone's there when they're not, or saying that someone's not there when they are. So I don't know. I was doing this. Fuck off. Oh, man. This could take a while. It's only like 12 that I needed. So it's not really the end of the world. Let's see. 7 more. I don't know why they don't come to where I am. It's only 6 more. Oh. 5 now. Come on. I do like that they have the telegraph to know exactly which direction they're going into. Oh, fuck off, man. I managed to fucking die here. This could be fucking annoying. Okay, fuck you. Goodbye. Man, there's a lot more trouble before. It's not what I wanted to do. Goodbye. Never want to come back here again. Holy shit. Okay, so now it's just a 3 quest that I need to do, and that's about it, really. Right. Should I go? 'Cause I could either go to Deep Docks, come out from here, go back the other way, and then just go here, talk to Gilly, get the opening. It opens the way to the entire other section, gets me this boss, and then I could just go down, I guess that makes more sense. To just open it first and then go down to get the other. So one of the rune harps is here in this weave nest. Another one is trying to remember as best I can, but I just don't remember. No, I think there is one choral command. The last choral commandment is over here, where the conductor used to be. It's for that last rune harp. I think I might just have to look it up. Yeah. So I really can't remember. So yeah, I'll just go to Deep Docks and get that done. You know what? Let me sit on a bench first, so I don't die immediately to the first enemy I encounter. People complaining about enemies doing 2 damage. Well, they definitely will not like Act 3, because almost every single enemy does 2 masks of damage. And I definitely am getting to a point where it's a little bit irritating to deal with. But alright. Oh, come on, man. Of course. Okay. Should definitely be a void mass up this way I'm going. To Farfields. Yeah, just go this way. Ah! No wonder. She's still not. So yeah, I can't even fight him. Because he's still normal. Yeah, this is probably the last one. Yeah, because before when I first, in my last stream, I saw him last time in Farfield, I'm pretty sure it was. Not too far from here, actually. So yeah, this is probably the last bit of dialogue you get before you fight his lost version. Ha, ha. Oh, sister. What toll exacts on us? It's endless combat. Certainly when peace finally comes, we'll be in the right mind to appreciate it. And it's even sadder now, thinking about this dialogue, now that I know exactly what happens to him. Place no much burden upon yourself, sir. Will I share your ambition to free this land from its curse, counsel you to rest, even if only for a short while. Us? Rest? While you, dear sister, fight on so gallantly? Ha! We cannot. What would our old village think of us? Were we to quit our charge? No. Regardless of what you may believe, there's strength enough still in these old shells. Let's press on. There's much more. There's so much more for us to do. See if he has any different Dialogue. Cut down the darkness. Your family past. Remember your light. Dear friends gone. Duty to the end. Well, fair enough. How much more fucking health do they give these dudes, man? After a certain point, it gets to be a bit much. There's definitely one over here. Nope. Oh man, okay. Okay, man. I thought it was this one. How did that fucking hit me? Lucky there's a fucking bench here, man. I kind of assumed that the bug there died, but okay. Okay. Dude, why does it do it twice in a fucking round? Like, why can't it just... They're a fucking annoying enemy, man. How many more? One more. Should be another one pretty close to here. Not there's one in Farfields and there's one in Deep Docks. That I know of, at least. Pretty sure it's just a rosary string. Yeah. Not bad, but... definitely needed at this point. Yes. Definitely. Frozen. Here's this gauntlet I have to deal with. Okay, you could stop doing that. Ooh. I don't know, I did that. Okay, that was so good. Got it a couple times there, but I started to actually really like Wanderer. I think it's the best. Other people might really like Architect or Witch. People are saying that Architect is the best one, which to a degree it probably is objectively in terms of like actual damage output, but like just because of the the tools and all that stuff, the effect it has with the tools. But I don't really like spamming tools, so it's just kind of not conducive to my playstyle. But I really like it because I really like Wanderer's Crest because it's essentially just pure fucking quick slash, and with the critical hit doing 3 times more damage is like pretty busted. And I don't know, you could say it's also spamming attacks, but like I actually know the move sets, so it doesn't feel as cheap as just like throwing a bunch of knives. I don't know, I like to use tools very sparingly, not like never use them, but like, you know, in a gauntlet like that, you know, at the end when there's a couple of annoying enemies, do a little bit of damage and then finish them off with the needle strikes instead of just always using tools and shit. I just like to kind of balance it out. Not never use tools, but don't rely on them too heavily. I mean, Grow the Great was really the boss fight that I used tools for the most. And it's kind of hard to know sometimes when exactly you're able to use a tool. And like, I don't want to, you know, there's a fear of using a tool and then not winning, and then you're using up shards. And I've heard a lot of people talk about running out of shards, which never happened to me, but I've gotten close. You know, I got everything maxed out, and I got up to 800 shards that I can hold. But I'm down to 500 now. But I've gotten down to like 200 before. I think that's the lowest I ever got. So once I got this curve sickle, I started kind of spamming it a little bit to deal with enemies because it's pretty busted. I'll just wait for the ad here. Okay. Okay. I wonder if I can actually. I thought so. Because they haven't locked out any place specifically. Oh, fuck off. Man. I'm gonna just go to the bench instead of being an idiot here. Did they redo this? No. I was wondering if they would make the trap happen again. Thankfully not. Assuming this guy's dead, but I just want to see. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I don't know what those even are. I have to look at the enemy. Huh. Got killed by his own people, seemingly. Look pretty similar to the weapons the ants use. The white. I'm assuming they're using bones or something. It looks more similar to the spears, maybe, that the flying guys use. Or I guess a bit more like the, I guess, swords that these guys use. I guess he was seen as imperfect by his own people. Be your own people. Okay. Okay. Not where I need to go. Well, not where I want to go, anyways. Okay. Cool. Oh, I'm never coming back here again, but at least if I decide I don't want to go this entire area, I can now go through deep docks instead. But there's really no point. It was. Oh, I like that. I took off the shot pin because he's dead now, which is very useful. Do appreciate that. Also, do notice for for the benches that aren't, for both benches and bellways that aren't unlocked, they show up, but they're grayed out, showing that you haven't gotten them yet. It's just nice to know later on. It's like, gotta go and buy that. Yeah, what was it, here, or was it? No, I'm thinking Bile-Water. Why am I? They're both green, so I just got kind of confused. I think it was. It's either this one or that one. Where there was supposedly a bench. I think it was this one. It might have been this one, actually. I don't remember. Somewhere around here. Either at the top of this room or the top of that room, but there was a bench, and it shows up as a bench marker until you sit on it, and then it disappears because it's a fake bench, which I really appreciate. I mean, it's a simple thing, but it's just nice. Think it was over here? Yeah. Talk to Gilly here. I don't know if we have to talk to her here or not. Wait, no, not here. Might be the other place. Yeah, no, she's around here somewhere. Look at that difference in damage. Like, basically 3-4 hits for those regular winged variants to the like 7 or 8 that you need. Okay, it's already got that good. Pretty sure about good here. Except for these guys, which we're about to find. Come on, man. Okay, and that pulse as well. At least I'm paying attention a bit more. For the capture of Silksong, when it stops capturing, I see the little button at the top of my screen go green. So it's a lot easier to see a color change than it is to just see the numbers stop counting down. So I have to pay a lot more attention to the ad timer. When it stops capturing, than I do for... Let me just go here so I can... get the stuff. Do wonder what... I suppose there's just thorns on the ground. Of course, it happened again. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of videos on Silksong and difficulty and what people think. And I saw one that was really good. Like, an actual sane person who expressed their opinions normally and just said that they didn't enjoy the game because of the difficulty and that it was still a good game. And it was civil and it was very well thought out and gave actual good points that I actually really agreed with and made me think of the game a bit differently. There's definitely moments where it's just like, this is kind of just bullshit. Even in the original Hollow Knight, there's still parts of the game where I'm just like, why is this here? Like, simple things like having Massive Moss Charger or freaking Massive Moss Charger as a boss in general, but especially in the fucking Pantheons. And, you know, especially considered a god, that makes no sense to me. Flukemarm as a boss, you know, Soul Warrior, which is basically just an advanced enemy, at most a mini boss as a boss. Like, come on, man. You know, and then you have the Great Husk Sentries, which I've killed plenty of people, and even me, a couple of times, trying to fucking farm them for the damn, for the Hunter's Journal. And they're one of the hardest, I mean, they're one of the few double hitting enemies in the entire game. And they're not considered, you know, an actual boss. You know, even though you die more to them probably than you would ever Massive Moss Charger or Soul Warrior. And you encounter like 2 Soul Warriors, not including the one in Godhome. Dude has like 3 moves. You know, and the only reason the one to get Vengeful fucking Shade Soul. Is it Shade Soul? Get what it's called. It's Vengeful Spirit. Might be Shade Soul. For the upgrade. Just because he has the fucking flying enemies that come by. That's it. They didn't change a single move, nothing, just those annoying enemies you have to deal with now as well. And he's a little bit more health. Which I think Team Cherry's pretty good development team in terms of like actually making content, but giving an enemy that's already not that hard an annoying mechanic to make it harder is not very good design. Like, just in general, like, you didn't actually make me have to interact with the boss in a different way. I just have to deal with other enemies now. Like, there's a difference between a gauntlet and making a boss fight annoying. Because a gauntlet, like, there's a ground enemy and then there's a flying enemy. I have to be careful of both, and depending on how good I am or what I'm good at, I'd either take the ground enemy out first or the flying enemy. Flying enemies are usually more annoying, so you could focus on the flying enemy so you could just deal with the ground enemy properly, or you might do the opposite so you can deal with the more annoying flying enemy with more concentration. Usually flying enemies attack a lot less frequently for that reason, because there's no flying enemies are annoying to deal with. They usually just fly out of range and then they throw stuff at you, so they attack a lot less frequently than someone who's on the ground and is, swiping their sword at you, which makes sense. It's a balance, but it doesn't really feel the same when you have a boss and then you just have random ass enemies accompanying it, especially when they didn't before. Like, if it was a summoning enemy, summoning bosses in general are just annoying, but like, if that's the gimmick, or if that's something in the lore, that's one thing. Like, Fluke Marm, it makes sense. She literally is birthing the flukes. They're coming out of her. Like, she's the mother of all flukes. It makes sense that she's birthing them in the damn boss fight. That's her only attack. That's what she is. That's the only way she can really do anything to us. She's just floating there, which is just a horrible fucking boss design, by the way. Like, it's just annoying. If you go too early, you're gonna get killed a bunch. If you go too late, you're just gonna destroy her and it's not gonna feel fun at all. Or like a boss. Then they kind of changed it with Broodmother, who's essentially the Flukmarm / Gruzmother of this game. And she does the same thing, so like for that, summoning makes sense, but it's still not really fun, especially since she does double damage now, because it's Silksong. 99% of bosses do double damage, which, like, for some makes a lot of sense, like the final boss and like First Sinner and certain attacks for certain bosses, but for others like Broodmother and fucking I don't know, I'm trying to think of a boss that doesn't really make sense. I don't know. There's just a couple where it's like, and a couple of stuff that they've changed up. Like all enemies that did, well, not all, but like most enemies that did double damage from attacks in Hollow Knight did one mask of contact damage, which is great because it's like it was better to actually get up in front of them and take damage from them to be able to survive an attack than it was to run away. Especially because of the iframes, but then they changed the iframes here and make them a lot less plentiful. And 99% of things that do 2 masks of damage also do 2 masks of damage for contact damage. It's like, eh. And then that they know it's annoying, because then they change for both this game and Hollow Knight. They make the final boss do no contact damage at all, because they know it'd be bullshit. And it's like, I question some of the boss designs. Like, why is Savage Beastfly such a fucking hard hitter? It's just a random big bug. For me, something like Grohl makes sense. He's literally using Soul. He's way stronger than he should be. He's enhanced. He's got a power that he doesn't understand. And the lore of that area makes it so that the run back and all that stuff makes sense. It's still fucking annoying. It's not like I suddenly became a saint and achieved Zen and I don't get bothered by that, but like I can comprehend what the reason was and what they were thinking when they made this. I never want to go back to bottled water ever again, and I'm glad that I don't have to, but like I can appreciate what they did with that. But then you have Savage Beastfly, where it's like, this just kind of feels like they put it in and we're like, fuck it, we're just gonna do this. And that feels bad because, like, first of all, I don't want to talk badly about them, not because they're perfect, but because they make pretty good choices usually. So it's just kind of surprising when they make bosses like Massive Moss Charger or Soul Warrior or Fluke Mom, where it's just like, even though they're in the early game, I still, first of all, wouldn't consider them boss fights. I especially wouldn't consider them gods. And they're just not designed very well. Like, unless you're fighting them the second you can fight them, they're just not fun. And they're not fun in general. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe when you first fight them, you'll die because you don't have enough damage and health. But, like, it just doesn't feel fun to learn them. And once you learn them, like, Massive Mouse Charger has 2 attacks. And it's just, not only is it optional, it's like literally it doesn't even lock you in the arena. You could just walk away. You don't even have to fight them when you've started the fucking fight. And then you have Bell Beast, which is clearly supposed to be Massive Mouse Charger 2.0, and it's just an infinitely better fight. Not because it does too massive damage, though it does up the stakes, especially since you only have 5 masks, just like in the first game, but it actually kind of forces you to deal with the boss and learn what's going on. And it just having those two extra attacks, the bells falling from the ceiling, and then that attack where it comes up and bells come out from the floor, it forces you to do the pogo. You know, it forces you to actually pay attention to where the boss is coming from and learn the patterns. And it actually gives good telegraphs. I don't even remember what the telegraphs are for Massive Mouse Charger. I'll have to look at it again. But yeah, no, just in terms of difficulty, a lot of people are just being really extreme for no reason. It's really weird. A lot of people who are new to the franchise and Metroidvanias and all sorts of other stuff are coming in, demanding that accessibility and difficulty and all this stuff be changed up. Like, Team Cherry has to fucking respond to them and give a shit what they think. Then a bunch of fucking elitists are acting like everyone's being a little baby and the game isn't hard at all, when they most likely use fucking tool spam and cheese the game, or use the fucking mod to make enemies do less damage. It's just weird. Even if they didn't do any of that, it's still just like really condescending to fucking talk shit about people who are just giving actual criticism and talking about their experience with the game. Just talking about it a bit. One thing I realized is that people want to relax. Most people are not interested in dying 1,000 times. Even I, who kind of enjoys that to a degree, I don't like that all the time. And that doesn't mean that when I'm in that state of dying to a boss like 100 plus times, that I'm enjoying the deaths. There's some bosses where it's a bit more enjoyable to actually learn the moveset. But after dying 50 times to like anything, regardless if it's in the span of like 5 minutes or within the span of a couple of months, it's still frustrating at some point. It still gets to me. Some people might consider me a masochist. I don't really think I am, but I definitely think I have a bit more patience than some people might. I think it helps that I don't have to deal with going to a job for 10 plus hours a day and then having to fucking come back and deal with a hard, you know, a hard game. Though I do have school, but it's not really the same exact thing. But like having something to do, some sort of responsibility, and then coming back trying to relax and be entertained, and then having to die 10,000 times to beat a boss, regardless if it's optional or not, isn't really a great experience. And regardless of if you're good or not, you're going to kind of not be interested in playing the game, even if you like it. I mean, with Grow the Great, I was on that boss for 3 hours in total. And after I took that break and I came back at the next stream, it was relatively fucking easy. It still took like an hour. You know, I didn't just immediately get it, but it was a lot more doable once I had a fresh mind and was able to actually get a couple attempts in and learn the, get some more, get the rhythm going. But still annoying. Like, it's just weird. We've gotten to a point where we don't really want to listen to each other, and it's this weird tribal fucking thing. It's me versus you, us versus them, and it's just not really the case at all. It's just kind of disheartening at times. Like, my main thing is, like, at the end of the day, it's a fucking video game. Why do we put so much stock into this in the first place? I've already talked about this a little bit, and I'll mention it again, that it might seem hypocritical for me to say that and then be ranting about it. But I more so mean caring about what other people are doing, whether you're in the game is way too easy, you're a baby camp, or the game is way too hard, the devs need to fix this camp. Regardless, I think it's very much unnecessary to thank you. I don't know. Look, it shouldn't be that hard to. We don't need to be holding hands and singing fucking Kumbaya, but like, it shouldn't be that difficult to just not shit on somebody for having an opinion you don't agree with. Okay. That's about it, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Here shall we see Gilly. Around here somewhere. I definitely appreciate it if the freaking that was one of the main things of the video I started talking about that the money gets destroyed when it falls into spike pits, which like I guess makes sense to a degree. The spikes are probably stronger than it, but like especially in the beginning, but also through the mid game, a little bit through the end game as well. Like almost every single cache of money that you find has some sort of spike pit or whatever around it. At least with like water, it stays there, but like, I'm not saying they should hand you every single fucking bit of money, but like if you're gonna have money there, I feel like it should, at least try not to make me lose like over half of it in a pit of spikes. Like that would just be nice, especially when some people are either not interested in farming or they end up dying farming, or you definitely shouldn't have to farm money. Like I farmed money, that's why I was able to afford everything. But I'm pretty sure that's not really the way you're supposed to do stuff. At least I don't think Team Cherry would expect us to farm currency just to be able to afford stuff. Cause like I don't know that I would be able to. I've been able to afford everything at the time that I did. When I did, like it's over like 5,000. Not even, it's like almost 10,000 in total to get everything, including the cosmetic, which like even if you take away the cosmetic, it's still around like 5,000 something to get everything from each store, because Grindel sells a bunch of stuff and he's like one of the most expensive ones. Then 12th Architect sells stuff, and for that you need a bunch of craft metal as well, so it's a lot less expensive, but you still need to even be able to buy it. You need to have craft metal for like 3 of the things she sells. And Jubilana sells a bunch. She gets more, and I think she sells the most out of everybody. And she sells it for a pretty penny as well. Not as high as Grindel, but still pretty pricey, which is fair, but still. And then who else? Peb sells for. It's the beginning fucking shop, so it's not that bad. And then the Scar Warrior sells stuff for also pretty cheap. And then Frey sells for probably one of the more expensive ones as well. Even if you take away the cosmetics, which are the most expensive stuff she sells, it's still like in total probably around 5,000 to 6,000 to get all the essential stuff from every shopkeeper. Just thinking about it, should probably actually calculate it. Not this. Let me see. This ad's going on. It also depends on if you've gotten everything, because Grindel will steal stuff and sell it in his shop if you haven't gotten it. Like the magnetite dice that I got from the corpse of that guy who's gambling, you can either win it by winning enough times in a row, which I won like maybe twice in a row, and I don't even know how to play that game. It was pretty unintuitive. Maybe there was something I missed, but it just seemed kind of random as fuck. It's like it's gambling, but you're gonna give me a reward for winning a couple times in a row. I think it was like 4 or 5 times in a row. I only won twice in a row, like once. I would hope that it's a bit more consistent, easy to understand. It's not like there's any numbers or anything like that I could understand, and some sort of trick that I could do to win better, but it's whatever. And I think most people aren't going to come back to see if. Like, I literally had to The only reason I came back was because I was looking at the tools and shit to see how many I would need. Because I was trying to get all achievements from the beginning. And so I saw those. I saw the magnetite dice and I was like, oh. Because I figured that, he's not just going to be here for no fucking reason. If he has these things, we're probably going to get them at some point in some fashion. And so I saw, like, oh, you can win them or he dies later on and then you can just pick them up off his corpse. If I hadn't seen that, I would have never gone back there probably because I didn't even mark it. I don't think. Like I had it marked, but I probably wouldn't have gone back there for a while. And by that time, probably Grindel would have stolen. Probably would have stolen all this stuff by then. It's like if you don't go there after Act 2, I think it's Act 3 that Grindel steals everything. I don't really know. I think it might be Act 3. But I guess Chakra is also a merchant. I was just thinking more the regular merchants who are just in one spot. Oh yeah, and then there's the dude Mort in Pilgrim's Rest. So let's calculate this. Including maps, including everything. This is going to come out to a really pretty penny. And then there's bellways. And there's... Thankfully the Ventrica stations are free. From what I remember. Were they free? I'm pretty sure they were free. It's like you have to buy almost every single bench. Like 95% of the benches. And all the bellway stations. Which is there's a decent amount of bellway stations. This is going to take a little while. I might not get all the markers, but I'm just going to include them just to have it. So far, it's seeming like it's probably going to be around 5,000 to 7,000 in total. Right, I forgot about Forge Otter for some reason. Yeah, this is pretty rough. This is definitely more than like 3,000 at this point. Probably more at that. mean, Grindel's gonna push this to like 5,000 at this point. Yes, this fucking dude just decided he didn't want to put the price for the Farfields map. Some reason, but whatever. They're not that expensive, but yeah, no, literally just ended up giving up and deciding not to put the prices of the other maps for some reason. I don't know why you would put the prices for most of the other maps and then just give up for the rest of them. This is looking pretty pricey right now. I'll have to look up the prices of the other maps because I decided not to put them in. Now, which one? Shellwood, Wormways, Greymoor, Schooner Road, Bowwater, Mountain Fay, and Farfields. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, these are pretty cheap. Farfields is 50. Oh, Bellheart is 40. Greymoor is 70. Okay, you say chakra, all chakra locations, and then you list like 5. Even though she's in almost every location, apart from the Citadel. Putrefied ducks and like the Abyss, Wisp Thicket, and Verdania. And most of those are pretty small areas. So it's gonna be Farfields, Mount Fay, Biowater, and Sinners Road. Or Wormways. Yeah. Why can't a guy just give me what I want? If you tell me you're gonna say all chakra guides and my map prices, then just give me all chakra fucking locations and map prices. It's not that fucking inconvenient. Okay, you just didn't even give me any information. What the fuck is who actually writes these shits? How are you gonna say I'm gonna give you this information and give me nothing? Give me absolutely nothing. Okay then. God. It shouldn't be that difficult, man. It really shouldn't. Alright, there are the ability upgrades as well. And there is Vogue, who sells you. Well, depends on how many fleas you've gotten, but probably not gonna get all of them. Hmm. Oh. Sorry, but I just really want to calculate this just to see something. And this is theoretically if you get in this situation. Some of these you probably won't be able to buy, you just get them naturally. Mm. Like if you get the magnetite dice fast enough, Grindel won't sell it, so then you spare yourself having to buy that. But if you do find yourself in that situation, then it's a bit more of a hassle. You might not even want to buy it at that point. What else? You even put Hunter's Road March? Don't think they did. Hmm. You know, they literally didn't. Or whatever, it's 70. 90. Sinners Road. Mount Fay is only 40. I mean, it's kind of like a threshold. If an area is really hard, the map is a lot more expensive. But if it's really, really hard, then it gets really, really cheap. Because even the game realizes, like, yeah, you're probably gonna die a whole bunch here, so we're not gonna screw you over and have you not be able to afford the map. Because Sands of Karak, Biowater, and Sinner's Road are all 90, and that's the most expensive map she sells. Almost every single one, other than that, is 50 or 40. Well, the first one is 40 because it's the Mosslands. The only other one that's 40 is Mount Fay, and it's one of the biggest areas and definitely one of the ones you're gonna die in the most. Everything else is 50 or 70. In early game is 50, and then once you start getting to mid game, it gets to 70. Oh, also Bellheart is 40 because there's like barely any area there. Um, okay, Ventricle pins 80. Hot marker 60. Hot marker is 90. And that 120. And then we do have this. Just wondering. Okay, yeah, no, it's just those two. And then plenty for the upgrades. Okay, so it's not telling me how much. Okay, let me just see here. Yeah, 450 for the third upgrade. This third, right? Yeah, one, two, three. And then lastly, it's 680 for the last one. 13,440 in total. Yeah, most people are not getting all that. If you take away the stuff that you can get for free. That's not including the cosmetic stuff, which, like, obviously it's cosmetic, so it's not necessary, but it's still cool. You know, a pretty bare bell home. So that's kind of crazy. 13,000 in total. It's a bit much. Could either give us a lot more rosaries in general, or just lower the prices, honestly. And lower the prices on. Come on, man. On some stations and some benches. I'm pretty sure all stations and all benches, but not actual. Guess that's supposed to be like what tells you that there's a trapper here, but what's going on here? Why is it doing that? What the fuck? Okay, that's weird. It would usually show when the capture is not capturing, but it didn't that time. Goodbye, you asshole. Okay, let's see. 7 more. Not bad. I did get the. Yeah, cool. See, that's from them. Crawfather. Which gets filled out immediately. Same thing with the other two. Well, two are a boss, and the other is the dudes from the gauntlet. Which I'm pretty sure also get. I mean, there's only two. Don't remember how many exactly you need. So either you get them pretty fast, or they just. I mean, there's got to be at least one person who probably first tried a bunch of these bosses. So I do also need that. already here in the far field, so I should probably. You know, there's one in the deep docks that's like super easy to get. Probably just go there. To near where the dash is found, like right before the dash, so it's not that hard to find. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I still need to get the puny penitent as well. Still haven't done the fucking quest yet. Yeah, most of those are from. I mean, all of them for Verdania. Verdania. Never know exactly which one. What's the right pronunciation? Alright, let's go. Definitely bad because I'm kind of just coming here and killing them for no reason. Like they're just protecting themselves. And people that care about. Why do I have that marker again? Right, that. I mean, I already know that that's there, so it's kind of no point. I have to go there for Crawfather anyways. So. Kept saying it was kind of distracting me a little bit. Right, she should be up here. Yeah. Oh, what a shock. Discovered again so easily. Like a hapless little hatchling. Going to make a sport of tracking me, I have to redouble my efforts at camouflage. I just noticed there's a bunch of these bugs that kind of swarm around here. Oh, you reserving them too, Hunter? The red shells are plentiful here. You're stalking these vast grassy plains and the last of its bony beasts. Compared to the caves below, this lush growth feels even greater. Crawled close to the source of sustenance? Must discover its secret. I will. My father's wish for hope that our dying lands might find means to endure. Right, because supposedly Greymore was where they farmed for food. Same thing with Sinner's Road. But Bywater was completely fucking crystal clear and looked beautiful, and then they used it and putrefied ducts as a sewer system, so everything became mutated and absolutely screwed. So they stopped being able to get food sources because the water was all fucked up and the animals in it became mutated, and the air itself became polluted. So animals that were once edible now became all disgusting and gross and smelled and tasted like shit and probably aren't very good to eat, so probably started killing them off. And their lands are all messed up and they're forced to get the silk for the citadel, and so they can't grow anything because the land is all screwed and the water is polluted and the air is all mucked with smoke and smog and all sorts of fucked up shit, which is just like these people were completely fucked over the more I think about it. Okay, fucking pause again. This is Hornet. Just be careful, young one. I urge you. Here you've reached the ant's heart domain. There may be discoveries worth making, but a single mistake will see your shells sharpened. Man. Conversing is a pleasure, but I must return to my observance. Try not to leave too much of a trail when you leave, please. Alright, going this way for all of this. Should I just get it right away? Well, first, And first, I'll go back to Belhart, finish the quest. Then I can go probably start Lost Garment quest now that I've seen him and I've done some other stuff. Beat him. Probably as well do. Yeah, there we go. And there's that. Mass Shard. What's the other two quests I need to do? Both of them. So this is one that I didn't get at all. Like you could see bits and pieces of it when the lag was really crazy and you could hear me talking a tiny bit. But yeah, no, it was really I didn't get any of that footage. Like none of the freaking races were caught. Okay, maybe the second and third one you hear a little bit of me talking, but you couldn't see anything. Yeah, be nimble, be quick. If you prove yourself Farlum's fastest bug, meet me at the furthest border of the Farfields with all haste. Yeah. Get this all done. And the hero's call. Just bugs heard calling for help. Near the bellway atop the great sandy steps, no one come to the sad wretch's aid. See, I'll do that real quick after this. Add. Just start it. Oops. I'll just run the ad real quick. I accidentally pressed snooze. Okay, let's just get there. Let's just go to blast the steps real quick and get this done. Shouldn't be too bad, considering I've already done it. It is a little bit annoying. I know it has to remind you that the quest is happening, but still a little bit irritating to deal with if you don't start following. That is. It at least seems like for now the lag is a lot less bad. I mean, it seemed like that before. I mean, the first like 4 hours of that stream was fine. Then it got really, really bad. So it might still absolutely fuck up later on. Kind of have to hurry it up a little bit so I can actually get bosses done. This should hopefully be done in one try, like Watcher at the edge was. a little bit laggy here. Yeah, I know, it's lagging a good bit here. It's a bit unfortunate. Come on, man. Damn it. Clearly just as I was talking about lag, it decides to start fucking going crazy. Oh man. I mean, there's not really much I can do, honestly. Like, I just kind of have to sit here and hope that it goes away. It's like, it's not like I have anything open that I can fucking. I guess I do have one thing, but like, it's whatever. Okay, it seems to be better now. Okay. Okay, how did that hit? Goodbye.
Me offended?
Sir Knight, I'm sorry. This is the only means to free you from the cursed threats. Fret not, little one. Be proud. You've grown so strong. Zaza, let us just rest a little, and then we'll be away. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well then. Still hits. The same. As in, very depressing. Okay. Well, that's those two done. Still almost fucking killed me. Where are we going right now? Should I just do the slab real quick? Let's go get those penitents down. Is that a laugh? Whatever. Okay, it's a bit confusing because it seems like there's... I'm not gonna die, but I just... Okay, man, come on. I have two of these open at the same time. Might be awesome, but... I think it's up here. Pretty sure. So knowing that I have to open it up again, they'll have this fucking key. Guess they would lock it. Yeah. I was looking at the wiki and there's apparently a couple of NPCs I haven't even found before. And I always hear that and I think that it's like ground I could do something with. But no. See, this isn't gonna be bad because I wish there was more spawn, but I only have 4 left. Oh. I only need 2 more. It's not bad at all. Nope, it's not here. What am I doing? Oh no, it is. I always manage to get hit here. I can't control my damn speed very well. Really annoying. Whatever. Okay. So now, past that, short out my path. So let's start from here. Keep making that same fucking mistake. It's this way. Yeah, there's no enemies over there. So it's really starting from here. And going from here. All the way through the path. Okay, man. Sure, if you really want to believe that that was perfectly fine. Man, those enemies are annoying normally. You give them a bunch of fucking superpowers, they suddenly become the worst pieces of trash ever. Okay, man. How did you change where you were fucking attacking? That doesn't make any sense, man. Like, I literally saw it coming out diagonally to the left. And then I moved to the right a little bit and it fucking changed last second. That makes no sense to me. Like, that has never happened. That just felt very bullshit. I would appreciate not having to deal with this absolute bullshit. Okay. Here's the one that I haven't gotten yet. The one over here, these weren't turned, and they usually are, which I'm assuming is because I just got the one up in the other place. Then there's those guys on the right who were turned into the void. So I'm assuming there'd be another one nearby. Or that there's just some enemies that stay. 'Cause I guess they wouldn't be so nice that they would give you the world completely free of the void. And it wouldn't make much sense. Because there's still the tendrils that are coming out. Okay, man. Fuck off. It's very nice to not have to worry about that anymore. It's crazy how much destruction happened because of everything. Okay. I do like that they removed that. Jesus Christ. Because that shows how much damage they can fucking take. Well, the worms do also do less damage. They used to do double damage before, so I guess they scaled up for the enemies as well. It makes sense. Okay, that didn't hit me, but most definitely did not hit me. Still a good bit of fucking lag, but doesn't seem like it's affected the boss fights at least. Not as much as before, anyways. Cause I definitely noticed a little bit of lag, but it wasn't as crazy. Hopefully I don't have to do this all over again, because I would just fucking quit at that point. Not the game, but like I'll just say fucking. It is what it is. I got the I have a not so amazing computer, and you can't handle gaming and streaming at the same time. So it is what it is. Because it's not this bad. I don't think I've ever even experienced lag for Homestuck ever. So I guess Homestuck in general, the application doesn't take as much space. RAM? I don't really know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's RAM. So when I'm I can literally be streaming, have the Homestuck application open, YouTube for the music, and then OBS, and I'll be fine. And the other thing for the freaking avatars I made for each character, and there'll be like barely any lag. Like there'll be some lag for like YouTube and stuff, but like the stream itself won't be laggy. But when I'm playing a game, it goes fucking insane. Which I guess makes sense, because Homestuck, collection is just like pages. Like it can get a little bit more laggy when there's like flashes and stuff, but I've never seen it as bad here. Like when I'm playing Silksong on my own off stream, it's perfectly fine. Like literally perfectly fine. And then when I'm here in sections like this where I'm just talking, I never see lag. But once I start playing the game again, it starts going crazy. So yeah, it'd be this, and then bam. So we're fine. It's just here. There's really not many. Alright. Goodbye. Bit annoying. Seems a little better, kind of. Not really. Whatever. Okay. I don't know. I'm doing that. It's this way. It's like, what is the point of having these there when they're just gonna immediately get fucking destroyed by the spikes? That just feels like cruel bullshit. Go look at the fucking currency you can't even get. Go fuck yourself. That's legitimately what it feels like. Okay. Now we're getting to the easier part. Still, you just go through. Still need to remember to get the rest of the. Rest of the relics I haven't gotten yet, and I haven't done this. Fuck off. Very glad that the void masses exist. So you can kill these stupid idiots. And I forgot that connects to the marrow. Right. Man, I really do want a Path of Pain section. Let's find what this thing is so I can destroy it. Like, it literally aimed. It straight up aimed. You could actually see that. He was aiming for where I was. It's up here. Of course. Didn't really miss much. bit annoying that these assholes are still. Oh man. Since I didn't kill them before, and they're already in there, they're just in the. Yeah, we're not doing that, man. I'm not doing that bullshit where I die and do that all over again. You could see how many of those pawn catcher guys Chakra killed. Gotta remember to not sit at the bench. The entire point of this is to do that. Also, technically haven't done the. I was gonna go sit, but I don't know if sitting in the bell home bench actually saves. Like, actually works like a regular. Let's go. Okay, it's all the way to the left. I almost got hit there. Okay. There I'm a little bit confused. I think these guys might. Okay, that was almost bad. These guys might respawn no matter what. No, never mind. I think I was thinking of other stuff. Other enemies. Pretty straightforward. Already did it once. It's not that bad. Really the worst part of it is Mount Faye. Which even then isn't that bad. Like, all the major enemies are taken care of. So all I have to do is the platforming and deal with the more minor enemies. I almost fell there. I swear there's some sort of like delay with my run. What's happening? I don't know if it's the keyboard itself, it's input delay or what. It's really messing me up. Never forgot one, but easy enough to dodge. I always forget to use the damn harpoon in combat and platforming sections. It is this way, right? Cool. Try to actually do this without getting hit. I think I did it without getting hit the first time, but I don't really fully remember. I think I got hit at the end. Yeah, one of the enemies I got hit at the end. Okay. Still good. Not too bad. I've done this enough times that I kind of memorized the route. For the most part. Okay. Guess I just never killed those guys. Okay, it's kind of lagging and it stopped capturing. It was right there. Not bad. So, yeah. This place is a bit circuitous, so it's not the most simple. I mean, compared to City of Tears, this is like an entire fucking labyrinth. Well, I guess more like City of Tears is a walk in the park compared to this. Not in terms of difficulty, in terms of navigating. Like just looking at it, there's literally how many different sections. I mean, if you want to count Grand Gate, it's barely a section. There's like no enemies, but so we got Grand Gate is 1, Underworld is 2, Wet Ward is 3, Coral Chambers 4, Whispering Vaults 5, Cogwork Core 6, Eye Hall 7, Cradle 8, Memoriam 9. Yeah, no. And if you really want to, I mean, it's technically part of the Citadel. It's a prison. You can consider the slab 10. If you really wanted to. I guess Sinner's Road in a way. Same thing with parts of Bilewater. At least the exhaust organ. And then the putrefied ducts is where they just throw everything out and then it goes down into Bilewater, but still it's 9-10 areas compared to fucking City of Tears where it's like basically maybe 3 or 4. I mean there's like this the regular city area. There's Royal Waterways, which like I mean I don't know if you can really consider the sewers as part of the city. I mean it's a part of the city, but nobody's really gonna be going there regularly. Apart from the people who clean it, so like it's not really a part of the city. As in a place you're gonna go. But it's still technically part of it, so I'll just consider it. It's regular city. And there's the high upper class area, which is more King Station near there. Then there's the Watcher Knight's place, which is Luring Spire. Then there's Soul Sanctum. Then technically there's Ancient Basin, White Palace, which the public wouldn't have been allowed to go there, which makes sense. And then there's I guess most people wouldn't even consider White Palace part of City of Tears. Did I say Ancient Basin already? I think I did. Either way, so a lot more areas. Oh my god. Right, up. A lot more areas. A lot more diverse areas. A lot more variety, I should say. It's not like Hollow Knight doesn't have variety. It's just not the same kind of variety. Oh man. I understand people do this without killing the enemies off first and then coming back the way they came. This just makes it infinitely easier. It's already hard enough to have to deal with the damn platforming sections. I'm not interested in fighting a bunch of enemies, especially now that they do double damage, every single one of them. I mean, most of them already did double damage. Some form of double damage. I didn't kill all of these guys. It's up here. Right? Yeah. Okay. So I just... just to get extra. And considering I started from here, it's not really gonna be... yeah. I'll just get the... come on. Oh, fuck off. Get the damn bench to get silk. Oh, man. Okay, now it's lagging. So go to a little bit of stream delay. It's like 30 seconds. But it's not as bad as before. Yeah, no, it's lagging a good bit here. Which is a bit in the front master. Okay, it's kind of coming back a little bit. I think it's a bit better. Still a good bit of lag though. Oh man. Yeah, no, it's lagging quite a bit now. It's kind of better. A little bit. A little bit. I'll just let it chill for a bit. Think it should be better now? Yeah, seems better. See, like, I died a bunch here, but I actually love how Hornet feels to maneuver around with. And the harpoon for platforming and everything. Which is so fucking cool. I really want a damn Path of Pain section. Just like chaining the harpoons and shit, and the like the stuff it gives you, the height it gives you, being perfect. Like, I died here so many times. I'm just like doing this over. Just so much more satisfying now. See if I can do it in the time I have. That was almost bad. 35 seconds. Not that bad. I'm like basically at the end. Okay, yeah, I had to go up this way. I always forget. It's not the right way. Alright. Okay, let me just start the ad here. Might as well. Yeah, I'll just go down. Hmm. And it's like just go down. And I'll just wait. I mean, there's like nobody here, but might as well. Yeah, stream delay is like good 30 seconds. 30, 45 seconds, which is better than usual, I think. It's usually around that range, actually, but it's better than the 10 minutes it was before, which was just unbearable. Absolutely unbearable, man. It wasn't even funny. Finishing a boss and finding out that your stream is like 30 minutes behind is like not really fun. Especially when people come in the chat and it's like they're talking about shit that happened 30 minutes ago and I completely forgot what the fuck I was doing. And it's just not pleasant at all. Okay. So I just go down. Okay, man. Of course I get hit. Fuck my life. Of course I just had to get hit at the end there. Well, whatever. Here we go. Neatly you are, and already a mask, already a face. It is for those without that I must carve. Maker, I bring a delivery from Belheart below. Lacquer for your long work. Good, good. To seal, to protect. My Farlam's fresh faces gleam bright. Okay. Cool. It's so strange how cruel some of these designs are, and then how nice Steam Cherry can be the next second. Like, all of Biowater is essentially torture. And then they give Delicate Flower quests, but you have like 5 hits or 3 hits. I mean, 3 is still more than 1. Like, it's a lot better. It's a lot longer, which is probably why. And they still could have made it only 1, just like Delicate Flower. But like, they clearly aren't insane sadists, like some people joke that they are. But it's just strange how they decide what should be super challenging and crazy and what shouldn't. This is interesting. Take reward for service made, visitor. Gift for you to spend or treasure. Fine face, yours. Not of my work. Not this kingdom's craft. Not now, at least. With a deeper form, distant relationship, some form of Farloom and our old legged stewards. Now, to work. To work. The masks are needed. To caverns collapse, the mask must be made. To exist, to die, a face is needed. It is the essential thing. I saw something interesting. That he himself has a mask. He doesn't hum anymore. He's not all jovial. He's just... And he sounds completely different. Just like Quirrell did when he took off his mask. Ah, old one. Your kind should know it's rude to expose me such. Unmasked, the task becomes heavy.
Husband?
I desire to hear you lucid, Maker, though you may protest. I, well, it's no great shock to have you visit. I felt, and heard, the effects of your altercation with the Pale Mother. The fate for these caverns seems grim. Take it things have taken a turn more complicated? Was this the aftermath anticipated all along?
Husband?
In our meeting, mortal blows dealt, but the monarch's desperate death throes now threaten to take this whole kingdom with her. Ha! I'm not surprised. It's always the way, eh? Your ancient kind, vying for dominion, and us mortal bugs squashed unseen underneath.
Da,
I
finish.
was afraid of my sop maker, for myself and for you, mortal few. Naive, perhaps, but this is not the fate I wish to come. It is interesting. Why is she essentially immortal? It makes sense why the knight was immortal, because the void, essentially just a corpse walking around, animated with the void. But why is she immortal? Because Hera definitely died. And she can die, but she comes back. Like, why is that? Because it's not Weaver. Because we literally see Weaver graves, and Hera herself was a Weaver, and she died. So it's clearly not higher being stuff either, because like the Pale King died. So what is making her come back? Because it was the void for the night, but as far as we know, Hornet isn't void. Even if the stuff that comes out of her cocoon when you destroy it is black, like the void is, it doesn't exactly interact the same exact way. It's strange. Maybe it's because of her mix of Weaver and higher being. Maybe it's because she's the mix. Because usually in stories like these, demigod children are usually a lot stronger than their god parent. That's usually how it works. It's a pattern I've noticed a lot. And look at Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. And Goku himself said that Gohan was like a lot stronger than him, even though he was a hybrid. And it was because he was a hybrid that he was stronger. The mix of the two species creates a stronger creature altogether. So that might be what's going on. I don't know if there's actually an answer. But Team Terror doesn't seem to do a lot of, oh, this is just a game mechanic type of explanations. Shooting my salt maker for myself, and you want a few. Naive perhaps, but this is not the fate I wish to come. Okay, it stopped. So the masks are so interesting because we don't know that much about them. We know they can seal stuff. We know that they can grant a longer life. And that they shield memories. Like they're seals essentially. Seal against aging, a seal against, loss of everything, because Squirrel went out into the waste with the mask. And while most bugs would have just completely lost themselves, all that happened was he lost his memories of Hollow Nest. And that was essentially it. And he lived a lot longer than he usually would have. Because once he took off the mask, he sounded like he aged like 20, 30 years. Like he sounded like he was in his 20s or 30s. And then once he took off the mask, he sounded like he was like at least in his 50s or 60s. He sounded like way, way, way older. So, masks are clearly some form of magic. And they can also kind of change your personality or like influence your personality. Because he was humming. The mask maker was humming when he had the mask on. And he was very like happy and ha ha ha. And then she straight up said, I wanted to see you more lucid. you know. And he said that the task becomes more heavy without the mask. So like it conceals some facet of his personality, like it makes him act differently. It's not like he's a completely different person, but it's it does have some influence on how he thinks and how he acts. And his voice became different. I don't know if he didn't seem to be the same exact thing as Quirrell had. I don't think. I think he would mention that. But it's interesting. And I think there's probably also a difference between a mask made and a mask had, because those are clearly different. There are beings that are born with masks, and then there are beings that have none and need them made by people like this. And he's one of those creatures that doesn't have a mask. And it's interesting that he's also the second creature we've seen with those kinds of eyes. Like, the other mask maker also had that. He also had a mask. And his eyes were that same white swirl with the black in it. So I wonder if they're similar type of bug, or if it's because they're both mask makers, or there's some other reasoning for it. The sight. Is that what those eyes are? So they're able to see into a person's soul, or like their being, understand more about them. Huh. You have the sight maker. Tell me what you see in me. Your mask. Reads clear enough, old one. Watcher, hunter, monarch even. Though you may reject that station. Complex visage, perhaps, yet still to my sight looks unresolved. See, transitional state is one I have accepted. My mask has remained defined through lifetimes uncounted. Aye, rigid I'm sure, but your kind rarely develop evenly, and the lifetime bugs are poor measure for one like you. Could be there's more growth awaiting you yet. Enough talk, old one. My contract remains. I'll work till caverns collapse. Very well, what, maker? If it is within my power to do so, I shall see your land saved. Same. Greater gift has to be. It's the same shit, I think. Mask to hide. Land defined. It's like a mask defines who you are, and it hides your inner self. I think I need to be down. Okay, no, it works right here. Cool. Oh, cool. Why is it? Did that right away, but whatever. Oh, man, okay. So now we have, it's really just the rest of Farfields. Yeah, we get the Hunter Queen. Let me go back to Citadel. Get that Coral Commandment. Go to Farfields, get the Rune Harp. And then and then or just look up the location of that last Rune Harp. I don't remember exactly where it is. So I definitely know one of them is in Farfields. in the weave nest. The other one, I don't really know. I don't remember exactly. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I need to be really fast. Oh no, it's not the Coral Commandment. It's the rune harp that's over here. Oh, whatever. I need to find where the damn. Seems they don't have. Jesus Christ. Holy shit, man. That was rough. Alright, just go back. Okay. So what about... See, I know that I've looked a bit more at some lore. I kind of understand a bit more of what's going on. I started understanding once I looked at the text, especially the relics. But a video put it into perspective for me because I didn't fully grasp what was going on. The fact that the Weavers had put Grandma to sleep, and in case they're in the cocoon, and then just, I mean, made the Kingdom of Farloom in general to have her. Like, the kingdom is essentially just her cage, so that the Weavers themselves don't have to deal with her. Okay, man, fuck off. Which is like so fucked for the regular bugs. And then when you look at the oh god. When you look at the text, it really talks about that a lot. And I'll read it out just so I can understand it better. And right. Should be one pretty close to here. Oh, fuck off. Oh. Goodbye. That's what I say. There's probably one close to here, but I didn't know exactly where it was. There's also a void mass somewhere, but I don't care enough to actually get that. I do like that the Mr. Mushroom stuff stays And after you've gotten it, oh man, so much stuff. Alright. Okay. So we are going for silk speed. Silk. Yeah, silk speed. And that. Okay. There we go. I love this so much. You're just seeing the end. The Kingdom's Edge was cool, but like the name Kingdom's Edge was a bit too on the nose. I don't know. It's just a bit like yeah, it's the Kingdom's Edge, but the fact that it's actually named the Kingdom's Edge is kind of just corny to me a little bit. Like, I didn't really care, but thinking about it now, I mean, Farfields it's still pretty, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just to the point. I mean, I don't want a name of a place to be like 10 fucking words or an entire sentence or something, but, you know, like Green Path. It's like, yeah, it's a path that's green. That's correct. You know, something like Forgotten Crossroads. Like, that has just enough, like, weight to it. You know, it's just some sort of story. You know, Crossroads to what? You know, forgotten. That means they've been there for a long time. They used to be used, but now people don't go there anymore. Why don't people go there anymore? It starts giving you questions to ask a little bit. Maybe some people won't ask those questions, but like it gives you those. Kingdom's Edge is just kind of, we're at the edge of the kingdom. That's really it. You know, at that point you already know what the kingdom is. So it's like, what questions could really be asked about Kingdom's Edge? It's a cool area, but like in terms of naming schemes, it's, I don't know. I'm not saying that I can make a better name. I'm not saying that at all, but it's just a bit. I guess I'm disappointed because I'm comparing it to Silksong, which isn't fair at all. Because they're completely different people, and they have different levels of experience and all that stuff, which is a different kind of. It's really just a different game, honestly. I mean, it is a different game, but like the scope of it is just so much bigger that they're not really comparable, even though people are going to because they're in the same freaking universe. So that's just how it's gonna be. See, I mean, every single one of the areas is 2 words: the Marrow, Moss Grotto, Wormways, Blasted Steps, except for Sands of Crack, which is 4, but okay, I said 4, 3. I mean, even if it's 1 word altogether, it still has 2 words in it. I guess the only one that doesn't is Memoriam, because it's only 1 word. But Farfields, I don't know, just has a different feel to it in terms of the name. Still don't know what these are supposed to be. I know they're silk spoons, but like, why are they just there? Do they run? Is it like a battery type of thing? They run everything? Like, I know they can't and won't give. Yeah, I just realized what this is. This is showing escape routes, especially because of the dialogue you get from this specific rune harp, which is showing that this is the farthest place from the citadel, or from Silk Mother. So, apart from like the abyss, like in terms of like actually in the kingdom itself, this is the farthest place from Silk that is able to be. When I say that, then she starts screaming. Yeah. So they're able to have dialogue without any of, her prying eyes or anything like that. I just need the last choral commandment, which I do not remember where it is. So I'm gonna look that up. And there's only 4, so it's only gonna be so many places it can even be. Man. Let's see. Mouse home. Yeah, I already got that one. I already got that one. Okay, you're not really telling me where that is. Guess I'll just have to read all of them to see. Go to Bellheart. So I already bought the one from Jubilana. And I already got the one in Mossholm. Oh, fuck off. Oh, man. I've only been gone for. I had an hour and like 40 minutes of rest, so basically 3 hours I've been going in total. Haven't really gotten as much progress as I would have liked. I'm not going to end right now, but let me change that. I mean, I never used that, so there's so many of these. I use this a tiny bit. I barely use this. I use this like 1 or 2 fights. Used it a couple times. Barely used it. Never used it. Never used it. Tested it out, but never really used it. Tested it out, never used it. Never used it. Used it like really only for Coral Tower, for irony's sake, I guess. Used it a fair bit. Never used it. Yeah, I don't think I really used it. I used it like once. Been using it a lot. I used it for the quest, but that was about it. Used these two a decent amount. But yeah, it's been throwing ring, curve sickle, threefold pin, and straight pin that I've used the most. But yeah. Yeah. So let me see which ones I have of the wiki up here. So, Citadel. So yeah, Moss Home, Owners of Western White Ward. Use the conductor. So yeah, I think it's just a bit of. Just starting the ad here. Let me get my charger. It's saying Eastern White Ward. But I think I kind of remember where that is. Like a little bit. Let me see. I think it was either over here or over here. I think it might have been this way. I don't remember exactly. Let's just go. Seems to be lagging a little bit. We see her and her children, but we don't really see a mate or anything like that. So I wonder, because nothing to suggest that she's like the stags from Hollow Knight, where they were specifically, if not bred to be, like service animals, like essentially horses. They were as that. It's not got go down. Just so yeah, still lagging with Brazil. I think I should be fine now. Hopefully. We'll see. Let's do that a little bit. Man. Oregon Coral. Chambers. That's an annoying thing, because in OBS it shows the game running fine, but then it'll be lagging like fucking crazy on the actual stream, which is why the last stream I did, I was so like oblivious. I knew there was lag, but I didn't think it was as bad as it was, because it usually shows up on OBS, but for a large part of it, the game was still running fine, and OBS was still showing everything fine. It's just the stream itself that wasn't doing all that hot. So I figured, it was fine. It would just be a little bit of lag, and then, a couple minutes later, I'd be all right. It does seem like it's lagging quite a bit, because my audio's pretty good, but the actual visuals are still back when I was at the Bell station, and then I've already gone to another place, so it's starting to lag a lot more than I had hoped it would. Oh man. At least the audio's still good. That's a good. I really just want to get this last Coral Commandment. The little bosses I can't even release. Crawfather. It's Crawfather, Past the Clovisers. Carmelita. And it's lagging like crazy now. And this is exactly what I was doing before. Might have to end here. It's annoying. Because probably none of this that I'm saying is actually even being recorded. And it's good that I'm not saying anything really important. It's still just annoying. But yeah, it's really those last couple bosses. It's Carmelita 1, Gur, Outcast 2, Paglo Dance 4. That's about it for bosses that I've done already. That's the quest, Master, which with the quest to get Gur the Outcast and get the doll back, should be the last 2 mass shards. Me back to 10. Guess I should do most of what I can do first before I do Hunter Queen. Set saves. I think it might be a little bit better now. And I'm just walking around, so it's not the biggest deal. Yeah, I'm just getting less fucking relics, so it's not like this amazing thing. Damn. It's lagging quite a bit, even on the game side. It's probably not a good sign. Guess this is just what's going on. I'm just getting less fucking relics, so it's not like this amazing thing. Yeah, no, it's happening again. It's the same exact thing. My audio is going faster. Like, you're going double speed on YouTube video, and then you can hear some crackling and stuff. So I'll probably just end here so it doesn't get worse. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I'll just guess I'll just have to do burst of streams now. Seems like it's just gonna be this annoying type of shit going on. I think I'll just go and get the... I'll just go and get it because it's not that big of a deal. Like I read before, it's not like this is something new. I already read it on stream, but I just want to get it. To get it. So I'll get it, I'll go to Bellheart, and then I'll... I forgot. 'Cause that's how that works. Let me just make it go down and go down myself. Man. You serious, man? Whatever. It's the whole fucking way around. Some force tail. You know, this is lagging like fucking crazy. Fuck off, man. Pretty sure it was this. Yep. Like, I'm not gonna fucking. And I expect you to get it. All the way at the end. For some reason. So yeah, I'll just end here. Because even the game's lagging. Once the game starts to actually lag, it's not a good sign. But yeah. You know what, I go... I'll just go to Belhart, give the relic back. Okay, it's just not loading. Can this not happen? I mean, at least I sat at a bench, but like... God, that lag is so atrocious. Like, Silksong isn't even that big of a game that this should be happening. That's really bad. Whatever, man. I like that Hades 2 probably has more like particle effects and actual shit that would make it... would make my computer lag. But... Silksong seems to be the worst. In terms of lag. Where's the last one? Thank you. And bam, whatever. Yes, this is a mighty collection indeed. So many relics safely piled up in here, nice and safe. You've done so well to gather it all up. The collection pleases you, so acknowledgement of my own contribution to its growth is not undue. Pah, is it gratitude you seek? I will allow you to keep eating my collection. Is gratitude enough for what little you've given me? Go fuck yourself. Anyways. So yeah. That we're kind of done. So yeah, it's just... the 4 hearts. The last couple of mementos, which I'll get one from killing. No, one is from Seth, which is gonna take a long time. One is from getting the Hunter's Journal completed. One is from. What is it from? I think it's Sprint Master. After I get the flower and do the last race. Another is. I think from the Green Prince. After I defeat the Clover Dancers. Let me actually look. I don't remember really. Let me see. Do I even have it here? Might not. Let me check on my phone. Just be faster. Oh man. Okay, let me see. So surface already got. Alright, craw. So yeah. Guardians mementos from doing Seth's quest. Hunter, Sprint Master, Joined Heart, which is Clover Dancers, and Craw. So yeah, that's about that. Let me make sure. Get all of the. I mean, that's cool, but I don't really need that right now. Tyrium. It's not really what I want, but whatever. I just get the last one. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's just 4 hearts. It's interesting that the conjoined heart is shown both in mementos and depending which one you use, either the crusted heart or the conjoined heart, they're both shown in mementos and Materium. So yeah, okay, cool. That's about it. Yeah. I mean, really, it's just the last 2 quests. So let's say 61%. I just need 3 more. 61%, 97%, 61 hours. So I'm pretty close to back to where I was. Just 2 more percent, which one is from the Everbloom and the other is from the Mass Shard. Last one being the pale oil, which I get from the fleas. So it's not bad. I'm pretty sure there's not much that I would have gotten saved. It's weird. I guess all that really meant was that it would delete my save from where I was. Not that it would completely delete. Because I figured it would be like, once I start from defeated Nihilith, all these autosaves would not be available anymore. So I'm assuming if I go back to my 65 hours, 55 minutes, all the stuff I did in this save right now is just not going to be available anymore. It's probably going to resave on the autosave once I defeat Carmelita again. Same thing, Clover Dancers and getting the White Flower and all that stuff. Assuming that's how that's going to work. But that's not bad at all. Yeah, just 8 more achievements, which I should be getting at least. Hopefully we're getting the last 4. It's just 100 memento. The last 2 being the final ending. And doing on my own, because fuck all of that. 100% achievement, I'm hopefully getting that, and I have to save the final boss for the final thing I do. I'm trying to remember what these last 2 are. I can't remember. Let me check the achievements. Don't auto remember. That's what I'm saying. Let's get the. It's the last ending. Hopefully next stream I can start a good bit earlier. So I'm ending pretty early here. Ending pretty early. But yeah, I mean that's about it. Got really laggy at the end there, fortunately. But stream delay is still there. Even narrating it out. Like, no one I even want to watch is on right now. I'm not interested in rating with like not even one viewer, just somebody I don't know right now. So, of course, it says it again. Fucking cloud error. I will fucking crash the fuck out if there's actually a cloud error. Thank you. Goodness. Anyways. Anyways. That's about it. I will see you guys very soon. In a couple hours. It says 5 p.m. for the stream, but I'll probably start around like 3. Probably change the schedule. Just so I could start earlier and end a bit earlier, hoping to at least get those couple bosses done. Do the flea, do the Festival of the Flea stuff. Crawfather, Court of Crawls, Verdania, Clover Dancers, all that stuff. Last couple of quests that are there. Get the dream done. Also find Seth around the world after I do the Flea Festival. Hoping it'll still be possible to do Seth's quest and get the memento after I've done the Flea Festival. But it is what it is. If it's not, because I do want to get all that, it would be kind of annoying if you had to beat his stuff, beat his scores before you beat the other scores. That wouldn't make sense. Anyways, yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. Appreciate lurkers, VOD watchers. I will see you all very soon. Peace out. Hopefully the ad doesn't start before it, and I mean I could just snooze it. It's whatever. Like nobody here anyway, so it wouldn't matter much. But anyways, peace out.